This video will walk you through how to apply paint from the Master Blend range by Stock & Noble. This is for steel post and rail fences that have not been coated prior. If you're painting wood post and rail, head to our video on painting wood fences. Note, the advice given here is general in nature and doesn't take into account your specific situation. Required materials: appropriate PPE gear, water blaster, 3000 psi, spray gun, and a brush and/or a roller, electric drill with mixing attachment, towel or rag, pouring funnel. Note, in this video we're dressed fairly casually. If you're doing a big project, you will want a full set of overalls. Otherwise, you'll become a walking advertisement board for us by the end of the day. Preparation. This step is critical. We can supply you the best paint in the world, but if the preparation is poor, then you're wasting your time and money. Galvanized steel is one of the hardest surfaces to get paint to stick to, so preparation cannot be understated. For concreted-in fence posts, ask your contractor to avoid backfilling the holes, so you can easily paint below the ground level. Backfill once your fence is coated. First step is to check if you have any white rust. If identified, you can remove this by scrubbing with a wire pad or similar to an acidic cleaner like white vinegar. Then, for new clean steel fences that may still have the oily factory finish, completely clean with a wax and grease remover. Wipe on, wipe off with a rag. For fencing that is weathered, dusty, dirty, start the clean with a sugar soap plus water wash, and then once dry, clean with a wax and grease remover. Wipe on and wipe off with a clean rag. Once completely clean and dry with no residue, you're good to go. Other points to note. 1. Do not apply paint in conditions under 10 degrees Celsius. 2. The biggest enemy of paint is heat, both in and out of the pail. In summer, store your paint in a cool, shady spot. Do not store in direct sunlight. 3. In winter, do not leave paint out in frosty/cold conditions before application. Store paint in room temperature 24 hours before application. Best practices for a successful painting project. Open the pail of paint and thoroughly stir using a mechanical mixer. This is important, especially given the extensive amount of ingredients we've crammed into the Master Blend products. For instance, one of the heavier additives in the mix is the UV stabilizer, which will typically sink to the bottom of the pail and needs to be thoroughly stirred to ensure the mix is consistent. If you're applying using a spray gun, it is recommended pouring the paint through some fine mesh as shown. This will ensure no lumps or dried paint will make its way into the spray gun nozzle, causing blockages, inconsistencies, and also downtime. Since steel has a much more smooth finish than timber, any little lumps or imperfections will show up a lot more, so we highly recommend the mesh filter step. If you find the paint is too thick for your gun, you can thin by adding up to 10% of water to all our products. Before painting with a spray gun, check the wind direction and speed. Don't underestimate how far overspray can travel. If in doubt, wait for a dead still day and keep vehicles etc. far away. Primer. The Forever Etch Primer is one of our most sophisticated products, so be sure to have it at room temperature and well mixed and strained before application. Apply one coat of Etch Primer to all surfaces that are going to be painted. Note, the primer coat should be more of a light, dusting, consistent coat, compared to thick and excessive. The Etch Primer and paint will self-level somewhat as it dries. Leave the primer to more than touch dry. 2 hours is a good rule of thumb, depending on the conditions. Ideally, prime and top coat in the same day, to avoid any moisture dust settling on the fence between paint layers. Note, due to the etching nature of this product, take all care to not overspray onto other fencing materials etc. that may be nearby. Add the colour. Now this is where the whole neighbourhood has been waiting to the transforming effect your painted fence will have on your property. So get ready for them to all applaud from the rooftops. Given how hot steel can get in the summer months, it is essential we apply 2 coats of Forever Black steel. We are looking to build a strong protective layer that can withstand the hottest of days and keep out moisture and rust. Expect like a satin finish, which will dull off slightly when dust etc. settles on the fence in the months and years ahead. When you open the Forever Black Steel paint pail, you will likely notice almost like a blue hue. Do not worry about this. It is simply the colour of the glue in the paint, which become clear upon drying. It is worth noting that some of our products include a cribbing deterrent additive. You may notice a slight bitter taste developing in your mouth as you spray the paint on. Don't worry, this product is completely harmless for humans and animals. We have found the best product to get taste out of your mouth at the end of the day is a nice cold beer. Ensure that the prior coat is more than touch dry before recoating. Typically 2 hours is sufficient. Some of the Master Blend products include an anti-mold additive. Note, if you pour out waste product on grass or plants, it will likely kill the growth in the area affected due to this additive. Like the primer, pay particular attention to the tops of the post and rails, as this will cop the most severe treatment. Work the top coat into the previous layer of paint/primer with a brush for a thorough bond and solid layer. After installation, we recommend waiting 3 days before letting animals like horses, cattle and sheep back into the fenced area. This ensures the coating can firm up appropriately. Keep an eye on your fence in the years ahead. If a particular area does bubble or flake, it is worth stripping it back and dealing with the problem area before the moisture under the paint spreads further, increasing the size of the repair job. Head to our FAQs videos for answers on all of our questions. Head to our website to find a stockist near you, or our online store if you want to order samples.